All right, so I just wanted to do a little update on the mini cut, how it's going, my expectations. Have I felt good on this cut? Am I making the progress I wanted to make? Kind of going to go through it all. So on November 4th, excuse me, I weighed in at 124.6, which is my lowest weight of this cut. And I started the cut at 128. So I've lost about 3.4-ish pounds, kind of fluctuating right now. But realistically, being in this cut for quite a while now, I definitely expected it to go by a little bit faster. But at the end of the day, like, I don't have 20, 30 pounds to lose. I only have, 10 pounds most to cut down. And given that, the fat loss is going to be a little bit slower than what I would expect. And I kind of had to remind myself of that like, I'm not going to perfectly lose a pound every week when I am getting down to the last 10 pounds that I need to lose. And that's really what my whole journey has been. I haven't been super to a point where I've had to lose more than like 10 to 12 pounds. And so it's always been that way. It's always been a little bit slower fat loss, and doing a mini cut like this would probably go a lot faster and I would get a lot more fat loss numbers wise out of it if I was, looking to lose like 15 plus pounds. So I need to be a little bit more generous with that, and I'll give myself a little bit more grace with it, because when I look in the mirror and I avoid the numbers and I'm not fixated on the numbers, I have leaned out a lot. And that was really the goal, just to lean down, feel good. I was bulking for almost a whole year and grew a lot of tissue. And so that's another thing to factor in, that, I ended my last cut at 116 pounds and I got up to 128 in the bulk. So a lot of that, a decent amount of it, has been muscle tissue. So I can't expect to get down to like a super lean number on the scale, a low number on the scale, comparative to my last cut. That would suck if that was the case. If I got down to like 116 pounds again and I looked the same, then I wouldn't have grown any muscle tissue. I think if I keep going in the right direction, even staying at the numbers that I currently have with my calories and cardio and steps, I think I'll still continue to make progress. Right now, I've only made one adjustment to my calories so far. So I'm at 1,750 calories, which is crazy to say that that's a cut for me, because previously I used to only eat like 1,200 calories, and that was like my daily thing. I have screenshots of an app that I used to track in years ago that recommended that I eat 1,300 calories. And I was below that for months of my life. And now I maintain around 2,000 calories. So thinking that I've made that much progress is insane. And I think this goes out to any woman who is afraid of building muscle. Do it, because your maintenance calories are the biggest benefit more than anything, because you get to a point where you can kind of eat whatever you want to satiate you and to fill you, and obviously you need to eat healthy and everything, but you get so much more flexibility, and you're not like, food isn't running your life at that point, because you have so much room to work with. Your maintenance calories have increased, and like, the physique is just a bonus. So I highly encourage it. Go all in on it, and years from now you're going to be in a place where you can eat so much more. You're not going to get bloated every time you eat like an extra 300 calories, and you'll feel really good. And then steps wise, I'm at 10K steps a day right now, which is a lot for me to hit, but we're managing. Other than that, I'm not doing really a lot of formal cardio sessions. I'll usually do like maybe 1 or 2 per week on the assault bike. Nothing crazy. It's like a HIIT session. So will I make any adjustments? But we'll see if I plateau again. If I plateau for 2-3 weeks and I don't see more fat loss, then might adjust the numbers. But for now, we're cruising. So understand that if you are someone who is wanting to do a fat loss phase, you can't just drop your calories and ride off into the sunset and hope all will be well. You have to make incremental adjustments. If you hit a plateau, make sure all of your shit is on point. You're on point with everything. If you continue to plateau, you've taken care of your stress, so there's no water retention. Like, all of your inputs are consistent: water intake, sleep, calories, types of food, and you're still plateaued, then you drop calories again. So there has to be like an incremental process to this. It's not just, I'm going to cut my calories and just do a bunch of cardio and then hope for the best, because at some point you will metabolically not be able to respond anymore and not see as much fat loss as you could have if you had taken the approach of incremental adjustments. But back to what I was saying, overall, I think I'm pretty happy with where I'm at. I feel a lot more comfortable. I feel much leaner, and I can definitely start to see that there's been a lot of muscle tissue put on from the bulk previous, and that's super exciting, because I've never really committed myself to these processes to the level that I had until like the past 1.5 to 2 years. And just seeing the level of growth and progress that can happen after newbie gains is really fun. And I just did a video on this on my channel about getting from newbie gains to real gains. So if you haven't seen that, go and check it out. That's a place a lot of people get stuck because they don't really take it to that next level. They stay in the newbie gains, they lack strategy, you know, they're following like a typical workout plan. Their whole nutrition approach is like eat healthier and eat more protein, and it just doesn't get them as far as they could. So it's like at that point you have to make the jump and, you know, really start committing to a strategy for yourself. So I'm just really proud of all the progress that I've made in the last couple of years. I've been doing this for 8 years almost, and, you know, the first 4 probably were spent kind of just like messing around and not really knowing my shit, just trying stuff, trial and error, learning it all for myself. And, you know, if you're someone out there who doesn't want to put in years of your life to learn that stuff, like there are experts, there are professionals, there are coaches out there who have put in their time to do that, and you can borrow that time on a very condensed timeline to learn all that stuff. Like you don't have to go out there and learn for 5 years and trial and error everything and create systems for yourself. So if that is something that you want to do, I'll leave my application link in the bio below. What we do is a lot more one-on-one style coaching than just like a typical influencer workout plan. Like we're covering your training, your nutrition, the individualization of it all. We're teaching you the why and the how behind it, you know, lifestyle integration, what happens when you go on vacation, how do you, you know, go out and eat your favorite foods and like live this as a real lifestyle and not just like a quick fix turnaround, you know, 6-week thing. Like it's truly a lifestyle change. And, you know, a lot of the women that we work with, we're doing a lot of mindset work and, you know, schedule stuff and habit building and behavior analyzation, that kind of thing that really creates the most long-term success in someone's journey and really creates an identity transformation within them so that they can sustain the results that they have earned for the long term. Because what happens with people who just go and buy a workout program for 6 weeks, there's no one-on-one individualization, there's no like mindset, behavior, habit work, and they just return to how they were 6 weeks later after that, right? That's not the goal here. So what we do here is a little bit different. If that's something that you're interested in, like I said, I'll put the application in my bio and you can go and check it out. But I think that's going to be it for today's video. Probably a short one, but I've got a lot of good stuff planned for YouTube where, you know, we're going to be doing a little bit more topic-based videos, which I'm excited for. So if there's anything that you want to learn about, anything that you'd like to see on this channel, leave a comment below and we will see you in the next one.